Alright, hey guys, Verlis here, and today we have a battle with Berto. Many of you might know him by now as the guy that has mastered Torkoal, and he's also a really good battling buddy, so every once in a while we just kind of throw out some shenanigans against each other and see how well it goes. This battle was a really good learning experience for me because we generally try to find each other's weaknesses and exploit the hell out of them. My weakness is too much setting up, and I think he does a really good job of trying to take that away from me. So, I've been loving Klefki almost too much, but now that everyone knows about him, he's not the most reliable setup. So I throw out the Reflect, expecting him to, just be able to only pull off a Rock Slide against me. It's going to pop my Air Balloon, but I felt really confident that I'd just be able to survive and maybe get up another kind of shenanigans. He goes for the Protect, though, when I was trying to really get off that foul play, which really hurt me because I wanted to break his Focus Sash as soon as I could. Because Dugtrios are always sashed. And then he just gets a monstrous critical hit, goes through my Reflect, and knocks me out. I did not want that at all. So I decided Reflects up, I can probably really tank out an Earthquake well and start getting Aegislash set up. So yeah, that didn't do a lot. I decided Swords Dance. I could probably be safe getting off that second Swords Dance, and it'll be really good. So knowing this, I feel pretty confident behind what's going on right now. So with Reflect still up, I just know I can get that extra Swords Dance in. Boom. Now this is where I thought the math would be fine, because under Reflect that dropped me slightly below half. So I thought that by using the Swords Dance, now that I was over with the leftovers, if I used King's Shield one turn, the math felt like it would add up. The math felt like I'd taken above half, or about half my damage. I'm safely above half right now, so that even with Reflect off, I should survive this next Earthquake really well, and then be able to land a Sacred Sword, then go into a Shadow Sneak. No, he got that little edge of the damage right there, so he was able to really just do some shenanigans that I thought I would be against. But as Berto has pointed out, I take too much time to set up. I should have just gone for the Sacred Sword first turn even, maybe get one Swords Dance, then get that Shadow Sneak, and it would be a lot better of a game. So I use my little Belly Drum combo, get just a free Cotton Guard, and everything's looking good for this, so this strategy went off just fine. Alright, 75% health. I have my max, and then he uses Clear Smog against me, which actually does quite a bit, a fourth of my health, and removes all of my shenanigans I have going for me. I did not anticipate it. So then I just try to use a Play Rough, does no damage, and he uses Yawn. So Berto is pretty much the guy that loves using Yawn as the most strategic tool ever, because you're going to either force a switch out, or you're just going to have a Pokemon asleep. I decide that having Torkoal in, I might as well just keep trying to do something against it. And now I'm asleep. I could have used Wish. That probably would have been a better idea just to get healthy in the end, or at least bring in a new Pokemon. So now, I'm asleep, I'm down 2 Pokemon, and it's just not looking good. I got critted, I misused my amount of health I had left, and he's just going to do a ton of damage with that Clear Smog. Another critical hit. So I wake up, I go for my Wish, but I wasn't anticipating the critical hit, so he ends up taking down Slurpuff. And Lava Plume for the finish. Just looking bad right now. So then we're going up again. So I send in Talonflame. I want to just try to get out as much damage as I can. I use Brave Bird, and I'm fairly underwhelmed by the result. So, I know that another Yawn is coming my way, and this Torkoal has pretty much locked me down with the combination of his Dugtrio, which is really upsetting. I ate too much damage, too many crits, inconsistency, not okay. So I decided to switch out. I don't want another Pokemon going to sleep and getting destroyed. I bring in Charizard as my new kind of best bet idea. So I know Charizard can at least get Air Slash in there, might make him flinch, and is probably going to get a knockout really fast. So I try to see if I can get a couple of little flinch hacks in there and maybe do some extra damage on top. And just kind of waiting for all the turn things to go on. So yeah, that air slash did about half his health. I figured now I can switch out safely into Talonflame and be able to finish him off in 2 Brave Birds or so, and it could go really well for me from there. So I switch out, and here's where Torkoal again is like how you have to play him. He uses Lava Plume predicting the switch out, so he just gets some free damage on Talonflame. Which actually did a reasonable amount of damage for Talonflame, like for a Torkoal using a not very effective move. This guy has some beefiness to him. So he uses Protect just to check, and then I go Swords Dance on that turn, fortunately. So now I realize if I Brave Bird, I'm going to be able to knock him out, and I should be able to knock him out before his Yawn is able to hit me. So that was pretty much my hope right there, is that if I can do this, I might be able to keep Brave Birding into some shenanigans. So it took all that to get Torkoal out of the way. I don't know if the critical hit mattered too much, but I could say it might have helped just a bit. So here comes Dugtrio again, and I know that this Dugtrio, like every Dugtrio, is focus sashed. So I just go, might as well break the sash, set that thing off, go down. Maybe Rock Slide would have a chance of missing. That would have been the fun point right there if Rock Slide would miss. But no, I'm not that lucky. So I'm taking pain, and it's not looking so amazing. Now I believe I am down to 1 or 2 Pokemon. Yeah, I'm down to my hero Snorlax and Charizard. So Snorlax comes in. He doesn't care about damage. That was a critical hit. So I get my stockpile. And that crit was a little annoying because it did, again, set me back like the other 3 crits this game. Just when he needed them most. So after the stockpile, Earthquake does nothing. I get another stockpile, and then I feel I can risk it. I feel the crit isn't going to land on me this time, so I can get that 3rd stockpile before resting. As long as I don't flinch here, it'll be fine. Fortunately, the game was with me for once. I get that last stockpile in. He can pretty much try to like Rock Slide for a crit, and then maybe get like a crit Earthquake or some kind of flinch or something. So he gets Earthquake. I knew I'd survive it really well, and then I rest. So Lumberry is going to kick in. I'm back at full. I have my max stacks. This is going to be a free belly drum. I was feeling really good. So he withdraws Dugtrio, just fearing that I might just go in for a straight crunch. And because of that, I take advantage of a full use belly drum. It's going good. I'm feeling pretty confident right now. So his Muck is pretty much like the Nega Snorlax. Uses stockpile power-up punch, I believe Protect, and Gunk Shot. I think that's the set he has on his. So Crunch with that stockpile doesn't do too much. Does about a 1/3 after the Black Sludge kicks in. He uses Protect, and that was kind of annoying because I wanted to get as much damage on him, but he's going to keep healing up. So I just keep trying to see if I can crunch through his stockpile about as well as I can. And this is like where it's just the battle of the tanks right now. So my Snorlax is just trying to get as much damage out as possible. I realized with that defense reduction, I could probably get the KO as soon as possible. So I decided to get healthy now, because I anticipated the Protect, so I decided that that's a free turn on rest. With that free turn on rest, I can pretty much, you know, he'll get one more stockpile. I didn't know if this was his Power Punch set, but I felt I'd still be able to be fine after 2 or so power-up punches, even. I would just have to hit him twice with a crunch. So, that first power-up punch was very weak. But it keeps growing. That's the beauty of power-up punch. After about 2 of them, it really doesn't matter, and it starts to sting pretty hard. So he takes this opportunity as like, okay, I have my stat boost, I'm going to get my defenses on par with yours, not get knocked out by a crunch or so. So now we're just kind of waiting. Everyone heals up. Everyone's all asleep. Power Punch does a little more. Just a little more. Is that a +2? I use Crunch. And I know that he's pretty much one crunch away from a knockout at this point. So, he can either attack me or protect. He decides to protect to try to survive with as much health as possible. I use my crunch. Of course, it doesn't go off. And then I'm pretty much hoping that, like, this shouldn't do too much. Okay, I'm still above half. Everything's looking good. I crunch, and it's not enough by, like, 1 protect's worth. So, I realize I'm going to eat another pretty fearsome gunk shot. And I think I need to get Snorlax's health bar a little more visible right now because of what ends up happening. So he sends an Ambipom. I know Ambipom is just annoying. He's going to fake me out. So yeah, I'm at 46 health. Keep note of that 46 right there. I flinch. I'm like, okay, I need to rest now. 23. 0. It was perfect amount of damage to get the knockout. Had I had 47 health, probably would have survived and been able to get the rest. So this game was just unlucky for me the whole time. I feel like I can maybe survive something from this Ambipom. So, he uses Aerial Ace. He just does a lot of damage. And then I go for Flamethrower. Get the KO on it. So let's go. We can show his health again, but that was not okay. What happened to it? And then now it's Dugtrio. I know Dugtrio is going to outspeed me. I just protect. And now again, it's like, hey, if Rock Slide misses, I might stand a chance to win. So he uses Rock Slide, and that's game. Not much else I can say about this, so Berto, he went in to try to show me I set up too much. Klefki, Slurpuff, and then with the way that my Snorlax is, that's 3 Pokemon with setup. Aegislash is technically a setup Pokemon, so that's 4 Pokemon setups, and then Talonflame and Charizard. So it's 2 rock weaknesses, all setups. This is why I'm not happy with my team right now, but Berto showed me the way. After that was Noivern and Sylveon. Sylveon probably would have tanked up my Charizard. Noivern would have outsped me. So I'm just kind of upset. I got those crits, the crit on Klefki, the damage miscalculation on Aegislash, and then just the unfortunate things that happened to Slurpuff and Snorlax. So, hope you guys like this video, and I hope you all have a nice day.